Welcome to Homie House, everybody. Today we got our guest Bard, Brad. As you know it, the Fox and Falco main, messing up most of Fort Wayne.
Most of it.
Most of it, yeah.
Gee.
So, how you been?
It's been going well so far. Just mainly been working, playing Melee, doing the weeklies. It's been a good time so far.
Yeah,
Fort Wayne treated me nice.
We got someone on the podcast who has actually been going to the weeklies. Not only going to the weeklies, but hosting some of them too. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I am sure. Yeah, most weekends I know it's me and Matt mainly that people can come over, but my parents have such a nice house that I'm still living with them. But people come over. I like to get a little too drinky, maybe so. Then I think the last time David, we were money matching for some bad odds. I don't want to tell the odds, but after I was trying to double or nothing, I'm like 3 or 4 times. I was like, let's just do a shirt money match. And I won, and we just swapped shirts.
Let's just say I'm wearing this shirt.
It was like a welcome to the Duloc, like a Shrek themed T-shirt. It was kind of fucking sick. I can't lie. I went disc golfing in it afterwards because
Davey Wavy went home shirtless.
He wasn't shirtless in his Uber. He actually got a pretty nice shirt from me, but but it was not on the same tier as that welcome to the Duloc shirt. But yeah, most Fridays, Saturdays, people just come over.
And then also on Thursdays, our weekly has been having some construction. You've been hosting. I managed to get to one. It was fun. It was a good time.
As it is.
Oh, yeah. So, I know you're not originally from the Fort Wayne area. Where are you from?
Yeah, so, just in Fort Wayne 2018, but mainly born in Ohio, moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, maybe like pre-K, preschool-ish era. So like pretty much was there from preschool to 2 years of college after some subpar engineering college experience from UT where I thought I wanted to be an engineer. I thought it would get better after the first semester. First year, that sucked. I was like 8 a.m. classes, tons of the homework, tons of busy work. That kind of sucked. So I was like, oh yeah, the second year will be better. I'm in an apartment with all my buddies. They like to smoke that green. I was like, should I study or hang out with them? And I'm like, fuck, let's hang out with them.
That's a hard choice when you're a college kid.
Yeah, so slacked off way too hard. And then like academic probation.
Oh,
no big deal. So like something had to change. So followed my dad who had a job in Fort Wayne, being his doctor self, and went to PFW with accounting, and that worked out.
Yeah. So you did like your last year at PFW?
It took me a little bit of time at PFW. A lot of the credits didn't transfer, but I also could have been a better student.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I'm a fine staff accountant working at my job, doing decent stuff, I'm salaried now, so surely I did okay.
Hell yeah, salary,
It's a very modest salary, not too bad, not too great, but like it all worked out in the end.
So when did you start playing Melee and Smash in general?
Mm-hmm.
So in Tennessee, right?
Right. So I want to say the early career started. I have some like very vague memories of 64 being played way back when in like the attic of one of our neighborhood friends way back when that I don't even think I can remember memories from there, but do have some of those from that. And then growing up, we had Melee, we had Brawl, played that very casually, but like sophomore, junior year of high school, a bunch of buddies would just come to hang out with we had a big group of maybe 10 to 15 high schoolers of all of us were just the closest buddies. We'd all just hang out, just doing dumb shit, and someone was like, "Oh, let's play some Brawl."
Smash with the bros,
Exactly. So few of us were into the Brawl, not as many as into it as others, and then we figured out oh, P+ exists, and it's that seems a little cooler, a little more modded.
Bro, you can play Ninja Squirtle.
With the sunglasses after the taunt.
And the whole, there's a whole get-up outfit.
Dude, with the new skins
that
was so
cool.
sick. And P+, Project M now, which whatever it's called nowadays. But So after that, like, we got into Project M at the time, now P+. And, like, we figured out, like, oh, you can tech. Oh, you can L cancel. Like,
Yeah.
this is pretty sick. And then the documentary was introduced to a few more of us kind of dwindling down from those, like, 8 to 15 down to, like, 4 to 6 of, like, who's really into it. So, like, after watching the documentary, I was like, Melee is still sick, but I still did, like, Project M quite a bit. So, like, the first tourney I remember going to, they had both Project M and Melee. I only entered Project M because I was me, a good old Mario main back when it was busted before all the
That's who I played in Project M too. I tried to play Squirtle and Mario because that I was not good at it, but the Fort Wayne Weekly back in the day used to run it all the time before bracket, so I just entered. But yeah.
Should bring it back. But yeah, after that first one, I think it just like dwindled out to like Melee just being better because one of my buddies, they were like twins in Knoxville that kind of got me into the game. One of them only entered Melee and he did pretty decently. And then after that, getting into more Melee, going to the college scene when we were still in high school, so like just being able to drive to the college. And after going to like one or two of those, it's just like, you know, Project M is kind of not hitting as hard as Melee. Yeah. So then I would say like Melee players like as far back as like 2014, 2015, junior college, senior college in 2016, senior in high school in 2016. So like mainly 2015, 2016 era.
Yeah. A little bit of a golden era for Melee.
It was tight. I'm sad to say I was rooting for Mewtwo King for a little bit during, was it the Big House 4 against Mango? Back before I was a Fox Falco main and played Ices and Puff.
Ooh.
And was not rooting for Mango, who is height. It's like a dark past.
Dark past
of myself before I...
Well, fucking Mewtwo King hates Puff and Ices too, so... Yeah. So you talked about playing Ice Climbers and playing Puff. What made you want to switch to Spaceys? What did you just get so mango pilled?
So I wasn't even mango pilled at that point. It was just the buddies I was playing with were just shitting on me so hard. I didn't know neutral. I didn't know punish game. I'm just like running at them. I knew wobbling existed. Grab them, kill them.
I relate. Yeah.
I knew H-box existed. Back air, clutch box before H-God clutch box came into fruition. And I was like, I need to be able to compete with them. Let me just play Fox because Fox is good. As Fox is. Fox easily number one in that time before all these DKs and stuff were popping up and dominating. So like I was like, yeah, let me play the high tier. So I just hopped on Fox, could barely short hop, but it's just Fox seemed like the best choice. So I just picked up Fox and mixed feelings with Fox. Even nowadays, especially with a little bit of the Falco.
Yeah, you're switching to Falco a little bit, and then you pop the Fox back out.
It's a struggle. I'm like, of course I want to be Mango. Like I just want to dominate with either one whenever I want to, but makes the game look different.
So what's your favorite matchup as a Fox?
Okay, favorite matchup as a Fox. I kind of hate the Fox Ditto nowadays just because I almost feel like whoever doesn't approach wins, or you just do retreating down airs, just dash dance grab with punish.
Back air at high percent.
I mean,
both of those Spaceys, bro, they don't do anything else.
It's
against me.
It makes sense against the Ices. It's kind of dumb.
They don't want to get grabbed. They don't want to land on the ground. They're just back airing until they hit me.
I'll go with a nice dare to things. But I would say favorite matchup, probably the twins who I grew up with in Knoxville that were playing. They were a Falco and a Marth main at the time. And I think comboing Marth is a little tougher as Fox, even though, weird quick story, I would always beat him on FD. He would always beat me on Dreamland, known as like the opposite counterpicks of those two, which was wild stuff. But I think between those two, and especially how good Marths have gotten nowadays, I think the Falco matchup is a blast. I have like a little mini gasm every time I power shield a laser and like
Yeah.
beating someone or like power shielding so much to where like Falco stops shooting lasers at you. That just like
Yeah.
it's a high that you can't beat as a Fox player. It's like, yeah, those are my lasers now. Like, fuck your lasers. Like, they're mine now. Like,
and as ice climbers, you know, if you get hit with one of the lasers, then you can just desync with Nana.
interesting.
Yeah, so like it's like, okay, go ahead. I'll take that laser and it'll just let me get my blizzard out quicker. You know?
Huh.
Ice climbers, we love being lasered. And then we just can wave dash light shield through them. And then, like you said, they stop lasering. Unless you're Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney's a different beast.
He just takes control of that stage, bro. It sucks.
Yeah.
That's what I like doing. I like making the stage mine, but
that's tough.
He takes that shit away from me.
We're like, I love the Falco matchup, but then playing Rod. Rod is a different beast. That is a.
So, what's your favorite matchup when you're using the lasers?
As Falco?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as Falco, I think it's just Fox because easiest to combo. Like that's the most like counter
bread and
knowledge
butter.
I've gotten, and it does feel nice to just because I greatly dislike the Fox Ditto as talked about earlier. So like I think that was the main reason why just picking up Falco, just moving here because used to be just Fox. I would shine spike my friends relentlessly. I was playing to win because I needed it because they were better than me. Like I just needed to like cheese them as hard as possible. Moving to Fort Wayne, I had never played pretty much any other characters competitively other than Fox. But after a little bit of time here, I'm like, maybe there needs to be like a little bit of a change up. So like even more so like a dual main going on nowadays of pulling out the bird.
Hell yeah, yeah. If you ever get stuck in a situation, you can always switch. That's nice.
Right. Or if like one's doing worse than the other, but swapping is so tough. Like,
is it?
Oh,
I only play one character, bro. That's it.
Just like the tiniest amount of jump squat, even playing Claw, where I feel like I have to slow down to like shine out a shield as Fox because my fingers are on B and Y at the same time to try to shine out a shield. Just trying to get the mental to swap. Like, okay, it's like 2 frames, maybe 3 difference between Fox and Falco, but somehow that feels like a ravine difference of just trying to be like as pristine, like the grounded wave shines as either or is reason why people don't go for all of those. Sometimes it's just crazy hard, but it is some fun stuff. I almost feel like playing Falco first, then Fox. I have like the weights on.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Rocket League action of I'm slower now, but if you want the real me, I'll pull out the Fox, take off the weights, and everything.
Or as you'll see in Dragon Ball when you watch it, fucking Goku takes off the weights. Psh.
Oh, I have seen a few.
You just gotta wait, bro.
I need to. You're not wrong. I just got the Rock Lee for the Naruto. I haven't watched any Naruto other than the DBZ. Dragon Ball.
I've watched a couple anime. I watched Naruto all the way through. I actually use that, like, there's like a list of like skipping
skipping all the filler. That shit's ass.
I was like, no. So I skipped through all that, and it was really good up to a point, and then just got, like, that ending of the war, like, I have no idea what even happened, bro. I couldn't even tell you. Like, it was cool as shit at first, but then I couldn't even tell you what happened at the end. It was just, like, too many things. It was like, now I'm in the mind of this guy. Now we're... Oh my god, he was my friend. Like,
very convoluted.
I don't give a shit, bro. Who's slugging who? Dragon Ball Z.
Back on. Okay, I mean, I think you've already convinced me already with our previous conversation upstairs.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball is great. If you've never watched Dragon Ball but you like Dragon Ball Z, I love Dragon Ball.
I feel like I'm scamming using anime skins.
Yeah.
Most of them being Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball.
Do you really know what that kami sign on the back means?
Not really, but maybe one day.
That training they went through at Master Roshi's, bro, it's crazy.
Okay, but definitely have to get that on the watch list. Put that on.
Yeah. All the fans out there, they know what I'm talking about. Dragon Ball. So, like, what other kind of anime and stuff do you like?
So, recently I've been as I have a bit of free time at work, I am a very seasonal slut at the moment of pretty much every seasonal coming out right now. I'm watching, but if I had to give a genre,
What does seasonal mean?
okay, so a seasonal is like each season there's like a release. So like for fall, spring, summer, there's another season in there, right?
Winter?
Spring,
Yeah.
spring, summer, fall,
Winter.
They have like a bunch of like new stuff coming out. So there's like 15 to 20 different animes that are like higher, maybe not higher projected, but just like a bunch of new animes coming out that I'm like, I could watch the old stuff, which has like 50 episodes, or I could watch one episode a week and just when I'm a little free, I just turn on the episode 1 week. Like I'm only watching an hour of anime a day, and I'm like, oh, that's very doable compared to like Dragon Ball. I would want to watch
Straight
all
through.
of it so fast, and it's kind of hard to spend like an entire day putting on 8 hours of a show and me being a bit of a...
I get a little tired of it too, especially, anime and stuff. I like to switch between like YouTube, podcasts,
feel like we're talking about the yard.
The Homie House podcast. I know y'all listening. And then, we were talking about the yard earlier. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also was listening to like Tosh.0 started a podcast.
Really? Daniel Tosh?
Yeah.
Is it just him or
It's
who else
like
is on there?
It's like him, his like cut to guy, that like kind of does like the intro stuff with him.
Okay.
And then it's like a guest. But it's always like a random guest. It's like the first episode was like me and my wife's gynecologist. And then he has like another one where it's like me and my personal chef. Stuff like that, He doesn't like interview celebrities or anything. He just like interviews people he knows.
That is kind of like a little...
It's like he copied Homie House or some shit.
Maybe.
Just messing. No, Daniel Tosh is really funny. I always liked his show.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, especially with like the podcast, like we were talking about with the yard earlier, like to drive down to Knoxville, visit the buddies, just listen to that, and it's just there's just so much content out there, especially with anime, to where 50 episodes where I can watch it anytime feels so overbearing.
Yeah, overwhelming, yeah.
Because you were talking about swapping up. If I watch like 8 episodes of something I'm really enjoying, sometimes want to take a break from it, and like super nice and easy to where if every week at this time this episode comes out, it's so easy to like right now, an hour after this comes out on my special websites where people are arguing and shooting cannonballs.
They're looking for the booty.
Yeah, the black flag is raised.
You might wear eye patches, yeah.
Yeah, nice and easy to one moment in this, just quick 30, 20 minutes, not even finish that out, wait for the next week, where great stuff that I still have on the list of Dragon Ball. The other good ones are evading me at the moment, has seen like Naruto Shippuden, a little bit of that, but just being able to like go in for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I wait for the next week, compared to 30 hours that I can watch at any time. It's just, my mind is just like, it's hard to spend an entire day in bed watching 8 episodes.
When they were releasing Dragon Ball Super every week, anytime that like the episode sucked, I was like, that was a waste of a fucking week.
Yeah, with the seasonal, sometimes it feels like a slow IV drip of like, I want the next episode, but I know if I almost don't have the control, or maybe just the ADHD of like the need to hop to something else where it's a
shout out
mix,
TikTok,
right, all the YouTube shorts, Instagram Reels, but that's where like me being a seasonal slut of like, oh, everything being released in summer right now, I can just watch those and then give it a week. And then
that makes sense. I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
So that's maybe not the best, but especially with me needing to catch up on the Goldens, like.
All right, give me
Dragon Ball.
top 2 or 3 anime. hard-hitting
tough.
questions,
That is
bro.
tough. That is tough. As I'm deep in the trenches as a closeted weeb, as I would describe myself as. One of the seasonals I'm really enjoying, this one or the last one, was Wisteria, Wand, and something, and Kaiju number 8. Those would maybe share a spot. They're releasing, or Wisteria is releasing now. Very similar to Mashal, but it's a story about some wizarding world where this one dude just can't cast any magic, but he's insane with a sword and has an insane...
He's insane with a sword, though.
Right, yeah, no, with like... he can't cast any magic, but like he's great with a sword, and like it... I'm not doing it justice. Very great visuals.
Yeah, yeah.
Very similar to Mashal, which is another similar comedy more story where he can't use magic, but he's just like One Punch Man, where he can just do some crazy physical aspects.
I've got a funny anime for you to watch. I don't know if you ever heard of it or not. It's called Bobobo.
I think I've heard of it.
He's got like an afro and he fights with his nose hairs.
Oh. Okay.
It's pretty insane.
All right. I'll have to add it to my infinitely growing list.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
if you're ever in the mood for just something like super lighthearted, that's a good one.
Okay. And then the other one, Kaiju number 8, is about...
This one sounds familiar.
This is someone who's like 30-something, who's like growing out of his prime. He tried to join the Kaiju Defense Force. To not provide too many spoilers, he works as like a Kaiju cleaning agency where after everyone goes and kills the Kaijus, he goes and cleans up after them. But he's always had that small dream of becoming part of the Defense Force, which some things might happen.
Well, might happen, might not,
To where I feel like myself a little older. I mean, I feel like it was hitting some things, even as a young old buck of 26, but I'd recommend that to you as well.
Okay, that one definitely kind of sounds familiar.
Okay.
And I'm not like huge into anime or anything, but yeah, that sounds familiar.
Alright. Other than seasonal specifically, if I'm trying to go off like the dome of the top ones, I should have been brainstorming, looking at the questions a little earlier. Jujutsu Kaisen is a great shonen, very condensed, maybe not condensed, but very lean of very great action, story, animation, not too much. I don't think there's any filler.
I know I watched the first episode of that and I was like, wow, that's really fucking cool.
Right, where like every single episode is as compact, like the story will advance every single episode. So you're not just like waiting for what is this filler, like what's going on here. I think JJK would have to be up there for me.
Okay, I'm probably going to watch that one.
I would also recommend that one. Also, Kaiju number 8 for our fellow selves.
Future self editing, yeah.
Right.
Write that down.
Right. As going for another one, I know I'm into almost everything. Like I watch everything, whether action, shonen, drama, psychological, rom-com. For another one to put up there, might be Love is War is a great comedy rom-com going on there. But putting that in the top 3 almost feels bad. Like, what would I go back and rewatch? Because, I mean, it was good, but it's not everyone's a big fan of the rom-coms, I would say. It's a very selected, like, slice of life
Yeah,
stuff.
you gotta be into it, yeah.
To where that's a toughie to put in the top, but that is...
so good.
That is up there, and after a few drinks, the mind is... And I'm trying to think of, like, another banger number 1. Maybe Cyberpunk 2077 would have to fill in one of those top... I know we're saying top 3, but, like, top 10, top 5 spots, if I'm a little more sane in the brain, where I know the... kind of based off... I don't know if the video game was based off a novel or something else.
I think it's based off a board game.
Based off a board
game.
And
then a book, and then the game eventually.
And then the game, then the anime
Then the anime came out.
The anime is so short and sweet, 12 episodes, but it is firing on full cylinders.
Okay.
It is phenomenal. I think it's just on like Netflix or something, but it is.
Yeah.
It is. The sub and dub are both great, where I'm conflicted at the moment between which I prefer. But they've both been hitting so hard now. If I like the anime so much, I'll just watch both the sub and the dub.
Yeah.
Get to relive it twice.
That's a good point, actually.
But that I think Cyberpunk would make it up there. Cyberpunk and maybe Scissor 7, which is like a Chinese Donghua. I think that's what they call their anime. But also on Netflix, which has a great sub and dub. That a little bit of cosplay getting into, because some of my buddies in Tennessee are way too into it. And I'm like,
cosplay? Okay, yeah.
Where their cosplays are dummy, I just like buy like a big golden ring and a Sonic ring for the Sonic Group cosplayer. Like Scissor 7, I just need to wear like a hoodie and like some black shorts. But cosplaying as Scissor 7, I think Scissor 7 would have to infiltrate that top 4 list. Now that I might have mentioned 4. At least at the moment.
The list is just getting longer.
It just gets bigger. It's bad. It's bad.
I'm going to wrap it back to a super easy question for you, probably. Okay. Who's the GOAT? H-Box, Armada, or Mango?
Well, it's got to be H-God. I mean, it's easily Mango, man. I mean, especially nowadays.
Yeah, especially
I feel like it's
right
an easy
now.
answer with him being the youngest to ever do it and the oldest to ever do it. And, I mean,
And he's younger than me, so I got some stuff. He's technically 1 month younger than me. So
you could be the GOAT then.
I could.
You just gotta win the match.
I could take his
title
shit
from him,
bro. If we played, it'd be.
Yeah, unban wobbling. Shit's back on the table.
I don't even need this shit, bro.
But I think, Armada had his great streak. He stopped streaming, farting while playing.
Yeah.
M64. H-God, I can respect him for playing. Some people say Puff is insane, super easy.
H-God is a showman.
Dude, it's...
He is part of that top 8 you watch, and he makes some sort of spectacle.
Where's a chair?
And then he's out, bro. He's wrapping up the Twitch clips. He's getting out,
I can only respect with him, like, even hopping on the ultimate grind to get more viewers. And, like,
not even doing that bad.
Because, I used to be, back in the day, giant hater of H-Box. Just like, why would you want to play this character? It's so lame. Play Spaceys. But, like, recently, maybe, like, a few years ago, maybe still while I was in Knoxville, but, like, H-God coming out, like, I can respect him still trying to come up and do it, and still one of the 6 gods. There are 6 gods, right? I'm not...
Well, there was 5 gods, and then Leffen.
Okay, 5 gods. So, yeah, I was wrong. The God Slayer. But with one of the original 5 gods still competing, still making top 8s, he needs maybe, like, a title of his own. Maybe not the GOAT or the BOAT, but maybe, like, the HOAT. The Hungry Box of all time. I don't know, but...
The hungriest of all time.
Something, but, and Armada with his stellar performances, making, like, some Gamer World Hall of Fame, but maybe if Armada kept doing it and still enjoyed it, could potentially compete, but with Mango just being Mango, his Spaceys being so sick, and just the youngest and oldest swapping from Puff to the Spaceys and winning that big old supernova afterwards. I feel like trying to give the GOAT title to anyone other than Mango, you're just, like, delusional.
Yeah, I think, like, a year ago, especially, like, when I first started filming the podcast, I was like, Armada's still got a case. Right. Now that Mango's actually winning, I'm like, alright, never mind.
What is it, like 22 years later after Melee's been released?
Yeah.
He's still
Melee
top of his game.
Melee can drink, so can we, If your tournament doesn't got booze at it, I don't know what to tell you. But it is worth noting that Plup did everything that Leffen did too. So Plup should be up there too as the, God Slayer.
Dude, Plup has one of my favorite foxes too.
The first big house I went to was the one where Plup beat Armada for the first time.
What a legendary tournament to be at.
And the only other tournament that I went to that Armada was at was Evo 2018, and he lost to Swedish Delight there. So I don't know. I think Armada might have quit because I was on the come up. I don't know. I don't know. Could be coincidence, I guess.
I don't think coincidences exist, so I think that was just truth.
Yeah. Armada saw me. He
checked out the Fort Wayne weeklies and was like, "Whoa, this Gare guy is like, he's got some dubs going on here."
You know, one funny thing I will say is I saw Android and Armada playing
The brothers
like warming up for doubles against Bear Kidney and some other guy.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I hope it wasn't a double force. I mean, they just want bodies to fuck.
I was like, let's go, Bear Kidney, get it. You know, you get first in the venue, bro. Like, everybody's ready to play.
Exactly.
It was a good time.
How'd they do?
I don't remember.
Maybe that's for the best.
I remember Bear Kidney hanging out with me a lot during those earlier big houses, so I know, he was probably out, I was probably out, we were probably chilling.
I mean, to go against one of the best doubles teams, other than like PewFat or...
I mean, I feel like you got some sort of like natural synergy when you're just brothers like that. Like, that's crazy. Like,
right. Mm-hmm. And beyond the natural synergy, whenever you want to discuss something, it's like, they're right there.
Yeah.
I feel like so nice and easy to do.
Walk into his room, it's like, you know about fucking Sheik's needles? Like, it could actually stop Falco from covering. And he's like, oh shit, bro, you're totally right.
Or even just like, sometimes when you're like teaming with someone as Ida, nice little team session with Nidus and Alex. I don't know Alex's tag.
Lab?
I forgot.
Is it L-A-B-B?
Oh, I forgot. He's a Chicago player.
Marth player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it might have been Nidus and Lab and one of the newer players, myself. And, of course, there's some discussion on, like, when you do what in certain situations in doubles, and sometimes it takes a lot of repetition of, when I grab, I'll do this most likely, but maybe sometimes this in this situation. So being brothers, being able to have that
Same
consistent, close-knit of, like, being able to say, like, hey, this situation, I'll do this. Maybe not perfect after the first time, but after the 5th, the 10th, the 20th, 50th, 100th time, locking down, which is why they had some insane teams, combo and synergy and success back when. Doubles was a little more prevalent.
A little more hype, yeah.
Nowadays, a little tough for that esports sponsorship with doubles teams, especially in Smash.
Yeah.
Some tough stuff.
We'll get through it. It's whatever.
Leading to the back, Mango, easily the GOAT. Sickest Fox and Falco to ever do it. Sickest Fox and Falco
I feel like that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
So, like, who, besides Mango, are your favorite players? I'll give you one better instead of favorite top players. Who's your favorite Fort Wayne player?
Favorite Fort Wayne player?
You know, you came into the scene.
Little newbie, little fresh. Most people living in Fort Wayne their entire life, so
Yeah.
Coming in 2018, very new. Oh, if I had to pick one player, it's between... I think it's a really close toss-up between Robbie and Tracy.
Oh.
Robbie being Roby, and Tracy being 3-Tick, I think is the tag he went by before he
I don't think I don't remember his melee tag at all. Yeah.
Okay, but for decision making and combo game, I think I got to give it to Robbie. I think
Let's go.
Robbie Roby, I think that would be my favorite Fort Wayne player.
Robbie has won most of these episodes over. I think almost like 85 to 90% people say Robbie.
it's tough because like
everybody loves Robbie, bro. He's so cool.
He is, but I feel like with us, like we've had like such a big rivalry since I've been in Fort Wayne, because the first Fort Wayne tournament I actually went to, I was playing net play with Robbie, and he's like, "Yo, do you know about these like weeklies going down?" And I was like, no, I don't. I just moved here. I'm living in this 1-bedroom apartment with my mom, my dad, my brother. We're all just here. And he was like, yeah, come to this. And, like, I see strong Strummer Hunter hosting these weeklies at IPFW back in the day when it was called. And they had this thing called Amateurs Bracket, which I was like, what's Amateurs Bracket? I've never heard of this. I've never been to a tournament with this. And they're like, oh, if you don't make top 8, you can keep going, keep playing. I'm like, that's sick. Like, I didn't expect anything for myself at this first tournament. Like, I'd love to play more, so I go to this first weekly. Somehow, it's the only weekly I've ever beaten Rodney at in Fox Dittos. And I beat Toast at this weekly, too. I think I lose to Grayson and someone else that I lose to. But I'm like high in the world. I get like 4th place, 3rd place or something, and I'm like doing decently well. I'm like, this is tight. I'm like, meeting all these other people, then like going to more of the weeklies. Robbie kicks my shit in. It's just dunzo. Toast, I've beaten him like 5 times out of 20 maybe, but the Fox and Falco has done it, so like, not too bad. But Rodney being the bad one. But getting back to Robbie, it's after him introducing me to this and like taking me to go play Voorhees, Dylan in Decatur.
Oh my gosh.
It was really early on where like I was playing him, I'm like, this guy's not that great. And then like after he warmed up a little bit, I was like, damn, this dude is fucking
reads me
insane.
like a book.
Like somehow like what has happened? I was like taking games early on, and then all of a sudden I'm just getting destroyed. So, like, real nice and humbling. But all in all, like the decision making and the move choice Robbie chooses, even though I think I'd give myself a little upper leg against Roby, but I think our games are always just so fun to play. And his decision making when I want to get my Falco better, I'm like, damn, I wish I could do what Robbie's doing, because it just looks so cool, interesting, and like innovating a few new things of like jumping from ledge, fairing, and edge canceling back on the stage. I'm like, dude, who else other than Robbie could come up with that?
I've also got like a really good rivalry with Robbie. We literally go back and forth every single time, and then like he'll like fuck me up for like one game, and I'm like, all right, I see how it is, and I like adjust to it, and then I fucking like 3-stock him, and then we just keep going back and forth, and then in sets too, I bet we're probably even. Like, I think he maybe beat me like twice in a row once or something like that, but yeah.
That's great, because I think Robbie is... I know the PR for Fort Wayne right now. It's like easily like Rodney, Toast, maybe Dylan now Voorhees.
Yeah, and then Robbie earned that 4th spot, bro. He shows up.
I think if I keep
all I'm talking about is last year. Okay, that's the only one. That's the only one I was involved in.
All right.
So
I think I'm a valid 4th, 5th spawn between the two. We'll
I don't know. You got that Ice Climber loss this year, and a Samus loss. You want to talk about that, Rick?
I mean, it depends if I'm playing the Bird or the Fox. I mean, yes, I've lost to both you and John. Fuck you, John. But,
no, after that shit with John at the last homie house, I was like, we gave him the homie house special.
You guys destroyed me, my poor drunk ass, man.
I think
bring me like 6 less beers. We'll see the change in the outcome.
I think Rex said in one of the episodes, he was like, I need Bart to keep drinking so I can get top 5.
Dude, it's tough too, because I think he destroys my Fox. Because sometimes it's hard if you don't have like great wave shines and you can't grab combo Samus. Then like Falco is like feels like a great pickup to have the duos, and seeing Mango destroy Samus seems like, okay, this matchup's fucking free. But still tough.
He had hugs his whole life, Just right there.
Maybe
I know if John was here, he'd definitely chime in and say, oh yeah, against Fox, I've got so much practice here in Fort Wayne.
All right, let me just play Sheik and fuck this shit up and like actually pick up a Sheik secondary, but I don't want to. I mean, Sheik is kind of fun, but just J-Mook makes Sheik too good.
I was gonna say J-Mook made Sheik look cool, but he might be like the first person to do that.
I mean, Plup Sheik is still pretty sick, but
Plup is just a crazy player.
Right, J-Mook does some crazy things.
With
Sheik.
He does like some stylish things.
Right.
In my opinion, I'm like, oh yeah, this dude's like stunting on these fools.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Plup, I'm just like,
Plum is just
Well,
great.
of course that worked.
Yeah, of course
of
Samus
you know.
wins and makes top 8 at Supernova. Like, yeah. Did he make top 8?
Almost. He got 9th.
Damn.
He lost to... I forget who he lost to. It was just... he barely lost, like, Game 5 last hit against Spark in Winterside.
Ooh.
So, like, the other top Sheik versus, you know...
Right, against
Plum's
one of the best
random ass Samus,
One of the best matchups against Samus.
Good shit, though. I love Plum. He's always at Riptide.
Damn.
He loves himself some water slides.
Interesting. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Shout out Riptide. We're recording this the weekend before.
Right, and a giant Fort Wayne crowd coming out.
Yeah, Fort Wayne is coming out, bro.
Yeah, watch these names be caught, or if we lose, forget about us.
I think the Indiana Melee Discord usually does like a write-up of like everybody from Indiana and their
like
placing
their
and stuff.
regional major performance.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get some Fort Wayne names popping up.
Yeah.
Might be tough.
We're going to see Bard up in top 65, 64, right?
Yeah, catch me 65th, top 65th.
I wouldn't doubt if Rodney's up there, though, for sure.
For sure.
Now that I know that all y'all are gone, I'll be cheering for you.
I'll be cheering for you too, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Keep the lookout.
All right, you know we got some things going on in Fort Wayne. First off, shout out Afterburner coming 2025, early in January. Be sure to sign up when you can. I know we're getting some top players flown out this year, especially on the Ultimate side. I know it's going crazy on the Ultimate side this year, but I know there will be some more prominent figures at Afterburner 2025 this year.
Dang.
And then we also got Fortland coming up, which happens to be John's 30th birthday. Isn't that right, John?
Congrats, John. Yeah, the 30th.
You don't look a day under 18, bro. I don't know. I don't know what they're saying, but there's no way you're turning 30, bro.
Dander 18 years on the ground, man, dude. Shit.
I think Lil Ray said it best in the last episode. He's like, "Get this man a cheeseburger."
He got some skin on his bones, man.
And then we got the same week, technically, since Fort Land is on a Sunday. The following Saturday is going to be Homie House Halloween. I know y'all want to come. Registration's open. Just sign up, you know. We got a couple... I think by the time you're seeing this, we'll have a month till Homie House Halloween. Be thinking about those costumes, you know. We're going to be doing random versus random bracket instead of low tier bracket this time.
I like that.
Keep it a little interesting.
Keep it fresh.
And then I'm going to do some sort of incentive to get people to wear costumes. Haven't quite thought of it yet. Might be a surprise and I might be lying. I don't know. We'll see.
Costume contest.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
Get a free buy in their bracket.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe. We'll see about that. Okay. So now that I'm done plugging these tournaments, what's been your favorite LAN tournament experience?
Favorite LAN? So, with me, I have not gone to very many LANs. I feel like one of them was FortCon 2020? Maybe 2021,
Yeah, that sounds right.
which was a solid time. I was just going there to compete, not too lazily going out about though. So that being more try hard, I feel like a little lower on my one of 3 LANs. And I feel like the only other 2 LANs I've had have been South End Fight Club and We Need Some Space.
Mm-hmm.
So from those 2... South Bend Fight Club was a blast. Trying to sneak shots, go outside to vape it up a little bit, but then after we got some more experience of like our crowd going, then We Need Some Space was very fun, especially with Salt and Lucky coming out. So
yeah, you got a story about that?
I do have a quick little story. So going to We Need Some Space, it was a big church venue.
Well,
Cheers to that.
praise Jesus.
Praise the Lord. But while we were there, I had some little mini shooters to drink. I had like a bag of like airplane size, like whatever, like 20, 30 random things. And we're like, we don't want to just take shots right up in the church main venue. We don't know who's looking. So for our shots, we go into the bathroom. They had like a camera set up pointing the bathroom. They're like, they're going to look at these like 3-4 chuckle fucks all walking into the bathroom and then walking out like 30 seconds later, like, what the fuck's going on?
Stumbling out.
So we go in there to do our shots, and like I go in there with my backpack, we pull out random shots, you pick one from the big old pile, grab one, and our like 3rd, 4th, 5th shot, like we go in there like, you know, business as usual. And like we have our shots in our hand, they're unscrewed, we're about to take them, all of a sudden Lucky comes out from taking a shit and like looks at us and is just like, I feel like I caused this, man. And I'm like, I offered Lucky a shot, like, oh, you want to take one? And he's like, he thought about it for a quick second and was like, no, I won't. Because, I mean, Salt's there, might have to turn him a little more serious. So, like, he ended up passing on the shot. His mistake, spoilers. But after he leaves, like, we take the shot, we're all grinning ear to ear, like, holy fuck, it was Lucky who was fucking shitting in the stall. We're taking a shot, like, this would have been great. And like, after the tourney, we're watching again Salt and Lucky Grand Finals, and afterwards, like, we're talking, shooting the shit a little bit, and Lucky's like, oh, like, if only I'd taken that shot. Like, he mentioned like looking for you a little bit, couldn't find you exactly, but if he had taken that church bathroom shot with all of us, I think he would have taken it over Salt.
Yeah, but would have won. Would have won.
His mistake.
Yeah.
His mistake. But I think after all that, I think we need some space. Shout out Indiana for
shout out Mason,
space.
Right?
Mason Acid.
Who's the other guy who ran it? Blitz?
Let's see. It might have been Blitz. I think it might have been Blitz.
I think that sounds right.
I wish I was more confident to like know the more supporting characters other than just Mason Acid. But it was a great time. I never got any of that Boiling Point bourbon from you, Mason, that I heard about.
No.
Left some bourbon in his car that just roasted, apparently. But I missed out for that shot, so I'm counting on you next time.
Next time, coming out to a Fort Wayne event.
Right. So favorite lane's got to be We Need Some Space. Whichever one. Might have been 3rd, might have been 4th, but...
It's 4, I believe.
Right. We also DoorDashed some liquor to the church while I was like mid-amateur bracket set too, so David was walking out of the door to like pick up the liquor because like we're a game or two in, it's not there, and like I finish out my game and I like look at my phone, I'm like, oh shit, I need to pick up the liquor, and like I turn back, David's like, I got it, like, so we like had to DoorDash more liquor to the venue so we could, you know, keep drinking during main bracket. So that was unbelievable memory. That was, next time we just need to bring more shit. Apparently like 30 mini bottles is not enough, so like
yeah, it's all day, bro.
I sneak in some handles somehow. Gotta kegel that shit or something. I don't fucking know.
Just put it in Rod's baggy pants.
Alright, for Riptide. Keep that in mind.
So what would you say your current goal for Melee is? Me personally, I'm just trying to have fun. It's like an off year for me. I'm doing all this like homie house stuff. I'm not really practicing. You know, I've got kids. I'm just in it. Like when I get to play, I'm having fun. That's it.
Mm.
So, what about you?
For me, I feel like it's a mix of try hard and try to have some fun. So like, even if I'm drinking a little more than I should, like I'm still trying to win.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not focused an hour every day, practice tech, practice neutral, watch VODs. I'm not doing any of that super try hard stuff, which at one point, if I wanted to get super good at Melee, I'd analyze my VODs against Rodney. What do I do against this? Yada yada. I can fuck up Toast if I'm playing decent. He's playing bad.
Okay.
But but for my main stuff with Melee, my most fun times, as we've talked about before, like just I'd much rather just even though the weekly's going there, I'd much rather have the weekly at my house. Just like play games, let me have a few drinks, chill, hang out with the homies.
I mean, if Melee is older than 21, every tournament should have to have a bar.
Thanks. So
I'm glad we're on the same page.
So for me personally, it's like a weird mix of, of course I want to get better and do better decision making, but my most enjoyment in the game is just invite all the homies over. We all have a blast. We play Melee. We play other games. We chill. We drink. You do other activities that might be legally sanctified in Indiana or not.
Or not.
But
allegedly.
Just having people come over, hang out. I'll talk shit to my buddies, even though they might be better than me or they might be worse. For me, Melee is just like a very nice, fun social game. My friend group here in Fort Wayne has been from Melee. If Melee didn't exist, I'd probably wouldn't be here, at least in Fort Wayne. I'd probably have moved back to Knoxville already.
Yeah. So you go back there quite often. Yeah.
It's a good time. Good time. Shout out Nico and Baji.
So what's that goal?
I think the goal is to just keep having more fun times. I know I've had a few barbecues. Maybe I say a few, it's only been one, where I'll make barbecue at my place. People come, hang out. Some people spend the night.
What kind of barbecue?
The easiest one has been pulled pork, and I just make pulled pork. Someone can make some coleslaw if you want to put some coleslaw on the burger. I'll make some potato salad, get some chips, drinks, sodas, pops, whatever people want. So
that's what's up.
Whatever's easiest to access, because I don't want to exclude you if you don't drink, but if you do drink, then
you'll have a good time.
Yeah, more power to you, or even space in my place to spend the night. There's a few spare bedrooms to hopefully this weekend. I know I'm trying to get a few peeps out, as I've told people very drunkenly at Fight Club, and we need some space of hey, Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, same thing.
Whatever day is the first one of
It's
September.
the one we get off of work, right?
Right, because Phoenix, Danny, DZ, I think it just might be Phoenix, was asking me oh, what are the details? What are the details? I'm like, it'll be the 7th through 9th of September, one of those days. And he's like, dude, that's Riptide. And I'm like,
never mind.
I'm just drunk. It's the weekend beforehand. It's asking me what's the schedule? And I'm like, I don't know the schedule. Saturday or Sunday, be free, but kind of got to plan it before, so I'm doing some last minute prep trying to.
Hey, if you ever need help on that aspect, I'm pretty good at setting shit up.
Okay. This is 4 days from now. So
hey, I can gather the homies and fucking.
I'll think I'll have this, man. Because I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday. I think maybe Sunday, just with Labor Day on Monday, but.
Yeah.
We'll see. This will be irrelevant to you guys watching this.
Yeah. By then it'll be way over. Y'all have already been in the tournament.
But hopefully I already been. So. But, goals for Melee, keep having fun, of course, get better. Hopefully I'll be destroying Rod and Toast. Maybe more destroying Toast than Rod, because Rod's a different fucking beast. But Toast, I got that few dubs under my belt.
I know I sent my personal invite to Toast. Since he said he's never been to Homie House because he's never been invited. So I sent him an invite, and he told me he really needs to go because he wants to be a homie. And so, maybe by then, Toast will actually sign up. We'll see.
Yeah,
we had his brother on the podcast for episode 1,
Shit.
Talked all that good shit about him. So we'll see if... Toast is the new Homie House champion by then.
Maybe. See, I don't know if he turned 20 or 21.
I'm not sure either.
It's one of those two, but he's getting close to the age, graduating from the toddler.
Yeah.
Crazy. Maybe it feels less demoralizing losing to someone of age compared to a 14-year-old just cracked up the sticks.
Fish was talking about this 14-year-old that just fucking came in hot, destroyed people, and, got their reputation.
Right. So,
So what would you say is your personal craziest set?
Craziest set? Oh.
Shit, one of mine has to be the last time I played you, bro. I almost popped off way too early.
You did.
I jumped up and you landed back on stage. I was like, oh shit.
If I beat you,
gotta lock in. But then I still won. Shouting that out. That was probably one of my craziest hits, honestly.
Dude, I'm glad I could be a part of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like being okay enough in Fort Wayne to like having you pop off that hard against me is I thought that's satisfactory to begin with.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I've never made top 10 in Fort Wayne, but go off.
I'm just saying, it feels like if someone feels the need to pop off against you, I feel like that's like respect in its own. Like,
yeah.
Somehow I'm good enough here to like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you're still a solid player, but I mean, I wasn't happy losing. But like seeing you like pop off mid game, and I'm like, I'm still living. I was like, I need to win this, but it was a hard comeback. I feel like I don't remember what the set. I might have been down a stock as well. But,
yeah.
But I was high percent, and you were like mid high percent with an extra stock left, and I was like, damn. I'm glad I can make that list. I feel like I'm part of the history.
Oh yeah, you're part of the history.
So I'm thinking of my craziest. One of the most recent high intense ones might have been. It was an off-stream set with Toast with my Falco against his Fox.
Was this at Hot Sauce?
This was at the new venue. Okay. This was in like the past month or two.
Yeah.
To where I was able to overcome Toast and the Falco Ditto. There were a few people watching. I wish I had the Slippy files to see because, there are some Falcos here that struggle with Toast's Fox, and some of those Falcos have said some things about my Falco that, like, it's washed, or, like, they get upset about my fake dog shit Falco.
Oh!
Maybe quotes, maybe not quotes, but I feel like my Falco is pretty okay at the game, especially if I can beat Toast, where I'm like, especially during that set, I was just, everything was firing on full cylinders against Toast. Things were going great, every combo was working out, the tech skill was there. To where that one felt one of the craziest. It was also super close. Most of my sets with Toast are close. Or he 3-0s me, but like it's still kind of close sometimes.
It's still kind of close,
I mean, like there are some clips I had on him every now and again, and like I wish I cared about it more. To where like all I remember with like one of the last weeklies I was at, I had this like insane spot dodge comeback read on Toast to where. I cheese him at like a low percent, 2 stocks for him. I'm like high mid percent, and then I like combo him to like 100, and then I do like a laser to hit him into like reading his tech chase into him spot dodging into like an up smash at like 100 to kill him. And like some people in the background hooting and hollering. You can link the clip if need
I kind of remember a set similar to that at Hot Sauce. I was watching you whoop on Toast a bit.
Oh, I've had so many at Hot Sauce where it was like last game, last stock, to where like I just choke right at the end.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Those have happened, but like when the chokers don't happen and like a little more prime of the game, but that's where it's like I feel like if I was more invested in Melee, to like maybe more invested to get good at Melee would be a different vibe, but I'm just cruising, drinking with the homies on the weekends. People come over to
real casual.
Yeah, more for the social aspect than like the climbing the ranks. But like, I mean, I have that underlying try hard.
You got it in you.
To where like I'll try to do some swaggy stuff. I'll homie stomp. I'll do some nice things. But like I do want to win. But when I win on my terms.
Yeah, well, it makes sense to me. So what do you see happening in the next couple years with Melee? Like, do you think that the box is going to take over? Do you think that, like, Armada's going to come back and shut everybody up? Do you think that, like, another super major is going to shut down? What do you see happening in the next couple years with Melee?
Oh, I mean, not what I see, but I wish Armada would come back.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be tight to see a peach that...
As an ice climber, I will say that is not tight. But go on.
That's fair. But seeing the Peach compete with some other people, I think that would be so fucking tight. If he can find the passion to hop back in, maybe he will. Maybe he's bored of the 64 streams.
Armada comes back. Main's DK. What do you think happens? You think DK gets top 2 at a major?
I feel like top 3's already been fucking fantastic.
Really good.
Oh, that would be crazy. Armada comes back.
Armada's like,
DK.
actually, I think the monkey is funny. And he comes back and just destroys everyone, including H-Box. Right now would be the prime time for Armada to come back.
That would be...
You know, H-Box at his lowest.
That would be absolutely crazy. I would love to see it. Other than that, for Melee, I mean, you know, maybe with, I don't know how much big Nintendo wants to shut down Melee, because it doesn't make them money necessarily, but I don't think it's bad for them, for other people to get into Smash games, which is kind of wild for all the cease and desists.
Yeah.
All that Big House drama.
Well, the Big House Online that they tried to do. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's mostly free advertising.
Right.
But they're like, oh, we don't sell this game anymore.
Right, which is...
So it's a little weird. Just put it on the eShop, you know?
Yeah,
People will download it and they'll be like, this is fun, and then they'll play the real thing.
Melee HD.
They'll come to the
Still
local,
happen.
play on the CRT, they'll be like...
Not next 3 years, next 5 years.
Next
Melee
5 years?
HD.
Okay.
Let's see if that happens in 2029, 2030.
Alright, yeah.
If that doesn't happen, I'll rip a few shots.
Check in my imaginary watch if it doesn't happen by 2029.
We'll see. Time capsule, but...
You owe me 6 shots.
6 shots. Can I take those over time?
No.
It's just all then?
Yeah, no. You take one, I take one, you take one.
Oh, okay.
Back and forth, yeah.
Okay, that's more fair. But more realistically, I mean, I see me like growing a decent amount because I feel like it can really get smaller with how many older diehard Melee fans are out there.
Yeah.
Surely there can be some appeal for some younger audience. So like, again, with all majors just pretty much growing overall, I can see it getting bigger and bigger. I don't know how much bigger depending on Nintendo shutdown or, again, the accessing is a bit tougher than buying Ultimate as opposed to downloading Slippy, getting netcode, making everything, getting a GameCube controller and adapter.
Sometimes I feel like I need a computer science degree to figure out how to get shit to run on my computer. But once it's good, you know, it's good. And it stays good. But at first I was like, oh my god, what do I do? But...
Right, we just need some great YouTube guys out there.
Yeah, we need somebody to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, you know, so it ends up on my page. The algorithm, you know? You already know.
Important. Grow the homie house as it should be grown.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Patreon. Shout out to the homies. So what would you like to see happen for our scene in the next couple of years? I know we've had a pretty big unexpected boom with Afterburner, The Works, you know, Odyssey, Melee. What's something if, you know, money was no object, what would you like to see happen to our scene?
That's an interesting question for me, especially a little newer to the scene, but especially if money wasn't an option, of course. Like a big super major right there, Fortland, FortCon. Afterburner, flying every top player out to come here, which I'm sure would attract many others. Money was not an option. Or even just like a big trip for a bunch of Fort Wayne people to go out to a Genesis or an Evo if they take Melee back.
Please, Evo, please.
There's been some talk about it.
I went to Evo 2018 as the last one. And Melee was at, and it was just magical. I don't know how to explain it besides that.
Right, go to Vegas, get some games.
Left in one, you know. Yeah, Vegas.
Guilty Gear, maybe.
Vegas is awesome, bro.
Vegas is pretty cool.
We watched a little bit of Dragon Ball FighterZ too.
Okay.
It's the one that I almost called him Sonic Jew. Sonic Fox won. Same shit though.
Thinking Weeby and Sonic furry mix, and you just came up with Sonic 2.
And then just like my upbringing on the internet, of course I know who Sonic 2 is.
So, yeah, if money was an option, all of them coming out or all of them going there, but a more realistic thing just with, hopefully there are some older heads here in Fort Wayne with like Voorhees, who's been around since fucking before the game was made.
Yeah.
And just
Voorhees is good at 64, so yeah, you are correct.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to catch him at 64.
Yeah, 64 Voorhees is brutal, bro.
But if, everyone can somehow make it to the weekly days and everyone improving, so then when we do go to bigger tournaments, the Fort Wayne scene showing up, popping off, because I know HPR, Dylan, Toast can do pretty
and
well.
Robbie, we see Robbie getting real close.
But then I say, like, me, Robbie, Gare, all in those same tiers.
Oh,
if
yeah,
we can, like, elevate our game just, like, the slightest bit more, then we're making it out of pools at majors. Like,
if only we had a
Racky,
really good Samus player in our region,
like showed
it
up
would
to
be
the podcast. if he wasn't skull and bones, and he was, like, flesh and skin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if Rec had 2 hands right now, be killing it.
Hey, to help us improve too for everyone else. Like when we need to hit up that Morse code or the Samus
Club
matchup of like if only Rec was here to
prep us,
rectify our matchups. But I guess that would be my dream for the scene. Maybe not having all good players fly out, but just us being like, if we wanted to get good, get super dedicated.
If we could travel
and like pop off, but not even just travel, but like be good at traveling to like where people are like, damn, those people in Fort Wayne are fucking sick. To where I feel like we could do it, but I don't know if all of us have that effort we want to put into it. Which I think I'm included in that. Where I got my cozy spot at 4 to 6.
Yeah.
After the big hitters. But that's my most enjoyable melee. I mean, I'm not trying to super try hard, or I'll be non-homie stocking Toast and Rod when they don't homie stock me back.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta stop that shit.
And I can't help it. I gotta make up for my lameness in Knoxville, and I'm carrying it over here in the rest of my career.
Makes sense. So if you could go to any major that already exists right now, what do you think you'd choose? We're going to Riptide.
We are going to Riptide.
So we won't count that one.
Super tight.
Big House doesn't exist anymore.
Alright, so it has to be like an existing one? Or...
if you give me a good reasoning, I'll take it.
Okay. I mean, like we were saying earlier, Genesis of like going to Cali and popping off there. That seems like one of the super majors to go to. I've had some buddies go to What the Fox of like some more mini regionals.
Yeah, 2015. Wait, where was What the Fox?
I think it was Nashville, or at least Tennessee.
Wasn't that Warehouse War? Oh, no.
Oh, that might have been. I know Alan.
There was Warehouse War this year. That was in Nashville. I thought What the Fox was in Indiana. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since that's been a thing.
We can check real quick, just to because I don't want to say it was Indiana, because if my Tennessee buddies are going to What the Fox, I want to say, even though Mango didn't do too great at the said tournament, losing to Leffy, it was Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So close to Knoxville.
Yeah, okay.
Still Tennessee, but...
I was like, that happened so long ago. I forget.
Right,
it was somewhere in, like, Midwest. Yeah.
A little more south.
Yeah. I feel like after you get to, like, Kentucky, you're, like, in the south.
Right, which Tennessee's just one state south. It's, like, honorary Midwest almost. Like, the barely south.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But other than that, I mean, maybe just the Genesis just seems to be like going to where like all the big West Coast hitters would be be able to take some nice pictures, some memories of going out.
Right now, all that's left on my list is Genesis and SmashCon or Supernova. Now.
Supernova. And if you're trying to go to Genesis in a year or two, let me know. I would be so down to fly out.
Once my kids are a little bit older, bro, we're going everywhere.
Okay.
Bro. We're going everywhere.
I'm down. Got a little expendable income to disposable.
Oh yeah.
Quick flight to Cali.
So what's like your favorite stage in the game? I know as ice climbers, I'm supposed to like FD, but personally, it takes away my creativity. So I really don't like FD.
You did like going to Yoshi's a lot when we played back.
I just like I like going ham. I like going crazy. I like being able to like desync off of the different platforms and shit like that. So like when I'm on FD, I feel like I have to do the same thing over and over, and so I get kind of in my own head. What about you?
I feel that completely. I feel like my neutral game is easily my worst part of my gameplay. But that doesn't contribute to my hate of FD just because I feel like what you were saying, it's the same old Fox, who whiff punishes who, yada yada, lame shit. So if I want like easily standard most basic battlefield is a big soft spot for me just because even though the angle is a bit nerfed, can't ride the ball, very standard stage.
Yeah.
Favorite stage would have to be Yoshi's. I'm a big Randall timer guy. People call people nerds for knowing that like the 5 and the 9, even odds on either side. It's like it's part of the game. We've been playing this game for 20 years.
Yeah. When it's that old, you should know.
Know the timer. So like I love like side beam edge canceling on
Yoshi,
Randall on that, and like there's some weird movement stuff you can do with Falco and Fox on the stage to where
there's some weird desyncs you can do on Yoshi's with the slant. Yeah.
So like for my favorite stage, that one, but my most fun stage would be transformations on Stadium.
Oh yeah, baby.
Even though I am a Fox Falco main, and they are the best for me. Even when I was playing my Puff Icy's days, they were just so fun with the new transformation stages, the windmill.
You never know what's coming, bro.
It was just so much fun to almost like adapt to the new platforms that like we've spent maybe like 2 to 1% of our Melee careers playing on. It just adds that extra like on the fly dynamic that I really love with Melee of like coming up with your own creative things. Are you wavelanding on these? The timing changes. You have to actually react to it as a player. Are you doing some other weird stuff with it? And it's just a blast in my eyes. And then I can infinite people if I want to just wave shine down. And like that shit's tight too, I guess.
You ain't gotta explain it to me, bro. I think infinites are tight.
Let's go. I'll drink to that, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out Infinites.
Yeah, keep having Stadium unfrozen. Big fan.
Yo, shout out Nintendo.
Yeah, sure.
If I see your platforms frozen, bro, I got Nintendo on the dial-up. All right, so since we're talking about Nintendo, I know we kind of talked about this earlier. We're talking about Pokemon.
Okay.
What's your favorite gen?
I'm a sucker for Gen 3. My name's Sapphire. Big Mudkip fan.
Oh, yeah. I heard you like Mudkips.
I just think he's cool. But, yeah, big Mudkip Swampert fan. I was a big water Pokemon fan.
Me too, yeah.
Big Blue Boy.
Big Blue Boy. Can't go wrong.
But, Mudkip.
Wailord's in that game. He's the biggest water Pokemon.
Just massive. Yeah. Absolutely absurd.
Can't go wrong at all there. Most of my life, I was saying I was a Gen 4 fan, but it's mainly because I love Piplup. I have a big Piplup collection upstairs, apparently.
What is it, like Empyrean?
Empoleon, yeah.
Okay.
Like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, exactly, but
yeah, I think when I take a closer look at, what I actually enjoy, It's definitely like those Gen 2 games, like Pokemon Heart Gold, Pokemon Heart Soul Silver.
Okay.
Those are amazing. If you've never played those, you definitely should check
Dude,
them
all
out.
of the older Pokemons with like somehow our family had like all like the old red, white, blue, Soul Silver, Crystal,
Yeah.
all that jazz on the Game Boy, the SP, like they were bangers. There's the new games, sure, Violet, Scarlet tried to emulate.
Well, actually, Rec over here really likes Scarlet Violet.
Oh, is he
And
big
he likes
fan?
he likes grinding for shinies.
Oh.
Me and Rec were talking about this earlier on Discord. We were
Interesting.
talking about Pokemon, and he was saying he got a Driftbloom shiny, which is like a little golden balloon. He was real happy about it, so he based his whole team around it. It's a Gen 4 Pokemon. But yeah, no, the only shinies I've ever gotten were both Geodudes. One of them was female, one of them was male, and I named one Geo and one Dude.
Wait, that's so sick.
And then the Dude one I evolved into a Golem.
Oh.
And I used him in my team and stuff. It was really sick. Because otherwise I would have never used Geodude, you know? Like,
Right. Okay.
and then the other one I kept till it was like level like 50 or something. And I kept it as a Geodude. It was pretty sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think through any of my like normal Pokemon games, not including Pokemon Go, I don't want to say that's a normal. It just feels like a
Yeah.
little different, but
It
like,
feels like a little bit cheating to get shinies in Pokemon Go. It's like you just wait for the day of that Pokemon.
right, where like, yeah, but like playing normal Pokemon, I feel like I haven't seen any shinies, but like playing Pokemon Go, I see a shiny, I'm like, that shit's die, like only catch like 8 Greninjas that are shiny, or somehow hatch a random lucky shiny Togepi or Ralts or something that comes out of
yeah.
there, or like Ralts with Gardevoir with Gen 3.
I know when I was at PFW in class, I'd always just fucking
And the Pokestops.
the Pokestops. There's like
Got all
4
the
of them
items out.
right there by the art building, so it's
Yeah.
great.
Pokemon Go is still pretty fun. I can't lie. I'm still gaming on Pokemon Go in 2024.
2024. You know, the last time I looked at it was probably like 2 years ago. So
Yeah, it's still pretty fun. I get my steps in, doing some
yeah.
walking, some stepping, hatching some eggs.
I get my
the game hasn't changed too
Yeah.
much, but
Okay.
it's
I
still
know
fun.
during COVID they were doing
it
something
was
where you could.
popping up like the raids from other places. To
Yeah,
like I think
yeah.
they still kind of have that too.
Yeah.
How about your buddies raiding from elsewhere, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, can't hate on Pokemon. Shout out Nintendo, you know. It's one thing they got right.
Honestly. Yeah, you might be onto something. You might be onto something there.
So, what would you say your weakness in game is?
Weakness in game. Oh, I think it's fucking Rodney. HBR. Somehow, I can only beat him in one Fox Ditto. I don't want to play him in any more Fox Dittos from now on because, like, I'm scared I can't keep that 1-0 victory in tournament. But, easily, as like a meme weakness, it's just Rodney. Rodney just fucks me up constantly. I don't know, my Falco does better against him than my Fox, which is weird because all my hours dedicated on Fox. I feel like one of my best matchups being Fox Falco, but then he just obliterates me and destroys me. But other than that, the weakness, maybe just overall weakness, the dedication I have to getting better at the game, just because even though I do have that low thing in me of like, yes, I want to get better, do well, my motivation to do that isn't really there because again, my enjoyment of the game isn't win against everyone, beat everyone at the full cost. I'm just like, let's do cool shit, let me swag on some people, hang out with people, have a good time. So I think maybe just the biggest weakness is just trying to try hard because it's just not how I enjoy the game. And I feel like if I try to do that more, I'll enjoy the game less. Or maybe I'm just too scared that if I try hard, I won't do as well as I will, so I cover it up with my insecurities of just doing cool shit, but whatever.
I feel you there, you know. I always felt like if I would go anywhere else but Fort Wayne, I would do pretty well. Mm-hmm. Like any other region in Indiana, I'd probably make top 10.
I think you could still easily make top 10. I can't lie.
But I guess my theory was proven correct because when I went to Florida for CEO, I was just destroying everybody. Damn. Every Falco that I ran into in bracket, I ended up making like top 64 at CEO.
Really? Damn.
With ice climbers, no wobbling. But then I got a little too drunk, literally mid set.
Mid-set? Oh, no.
They had a bar in CEO, like right there.
Scary.
And so I just, I popped off because I was happy that I made it out of pools.
Of course.
And then I was like, all right. And I got drunk for like a couple hours before Top 64 started. And the guy I was playing in Top 64, I was like, cheers. And we both like drank our drink. And then, like, after I won game 1, I just, like, chugged my entire mixed drink. It was, like, a double shot of Jack and Coke or something shit. And then, like, I just stopped caring.
Dang, chugging another drink.
Cheers!
Oh, I'm ready to double climb.
I got another swig left in this one.
Hey, do you have that opener on you?
Oh, I don't know. I might be up for it.
I might have grabbed the wrong one. Oh! Quick little pause on the pod. I thought it was right here.
It's okay. We like to do shit raw around
here. Okay. Because I thought I brought it over there for
I don't see it.
I'll just grab a...
You probably did.
Is there a pocket?
Poly Pod Kit.
Oh, let's grab this one instead. But damn, popping off in the Florida scene. I mean, I feel like if you do the slightest adjustments, you can fucking me up in some of the friendlies on the bonus podcast.
On the bonus episode, you better check it out. Yeah, me and Bard go beer for beer.
And then I'll have to bring a nicer monitor for us to play on, man.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about that stuff. I know I've got like at least a couple dead pixels on
we'll have to check out the hertz and the millisecond response time. It was a little rough, but I still had fun playing Manhunt. I'm not going to complain. We both adapting to the lag.
Yeah.
I was able to do some things on the lag, maybe not as...
And we play on CRT every other time,
Right, or like get a CRT. I know CRT setups take so much effort, but could be worth.
Like, are you talking about like a computer?
Yeah, like
a computer monitor CRT.
Mm-hmm. Just to like have that like very more Melee-esque feel, but it is so much effort. Or, if I'm might be a little plus one on the podcast. If John can't make it out sometimes, I could try bringing my monitor, maybe my setup, and
sounds good.
Have some stuff going on. Get a nice little.
I got the Ethernet cable, baby.
I forgot what is the next one after the snowball? There's like another blue mic.
Yeah.
The Yeti.
I know.
Yeti.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I do have a Yeti that.
Oh shit.
I don't think it'll make much of a difference because we're just talking to.
We're just talking that shit.
The mic, or like a few feet away. It's not like some recording studio quality. What is the difference between like a $50 to a $60, $70 mic? There's no difference.
Yeah, but I know with like monitors and stuff, people really care about that kind of stuff. And
it can be.
I'm just here for a good time. I play like 30 minutes to an hour a week, bro. Just,
That's fair. I'll bring my monitor. You'll be like, holy shit, we're playing
that.
I'll make you one of these times. Like, even if I'm not on as a main plus one, just one of the random ones. If things need to be free.
We'll probably be hitting you up. Ain't that right, John?
Yes, of course. Like, I'd love to have Bard on partake for me. Hopefully the mic can pick that up.
Alright, here's my last, random question. If you
Shoot.
had to change your tag, what would it be?
Ooh. So I'll get some lore on my old tag. So
Mine would be Pussy Killa
Killa with an A.
with an A. Yes.
Alright, so with the name being Brad or Bradley, back in freshman year of high school, one of my buddies called me Bardley all the time. He was like a fellow Steam gamer. He just called me Bardley in our digital arts and just like a Photoshop class back in high school. And like I was like, that's fucking sick, especially in Melee, like Bard, like a quick little 4 words, able to put that in. So like I've just been Bard for so many of my days, but if I did have to change it, I've had some buddies in Oxford call me like Bradley, Barfley, Bartholomew, like something with like
Bartholomew.
So like with like the Instagram tag being like Barfley, I think Barfley or Bardrick, which is like a slight variation on from Bardrick, or Bardrick seems like a little. So if I had to change it from one of those, probably be like Barfley, just with a little fun tag of some Knoxvillians calling me something similar, and the Insta, maybe Twitch tag being Barfley. It just seems like a fun. Who wants to name themselves Barfley? Like a bar and a fly, Barfley. It just rolls off the tongue of like
my middle name
unique.
is actually Lee, so like Gare Lee would be kind of similar.
Okay, so I think maybe Barfley would be a
Barfley.
and also just like it sounds fun, it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
And
No, it definitely sounds fun. That's for sure.
Yeah. But Bard is a very nice. I do like Bard.
Bard for Brad. Bard Brad. You know, if you spell it wrong, spell the other one right.
Yeah, or like go by either or easy to remember.
Yeah.
One of the two possibly.
For sure. Well, it's been an honor to have you on and get the Bard Bradley episode. I was going to say something, I totally just spaced it. Yeah, we got the Jeopardy in my head right now. But yeah, no, appreciate it. Always been a homie. Always had good times at your tournaments. I know you had some good times at my tournaments.
Some good times is an understatement at the homie houses. Those are...
Sign up for Homie House. I know you want to sign up for Homie House. Sign up for Homie House. We got 20 spots. We're going to have a good-ass time October 26th. I'll see you there. Shout out to all the homies that, subscribe on Patreon. Right now we got Nidus and Lil Ray. Shout out. And, we got a hot season 2 coming in. Thank you all for watching so much. And if you got anything else to plug, check out Settled's YouTube videos.
Framed solo missions.
Gilnor Games, if you haven't checked it out.
GG season 1 through 4.
It's real good.
Other than possibly coming to my place, but I feel like most people watching this might already be coming, but tell your friends close to the Fort Wayne area.
Yeah, come to Fort Wayne.
Indiana, yeah.
We got tournaments going on all the time in Fort Wayne. I know we don't post a lot like the whole indie crowd, but we got stuff going on. We love to body you and send you back where you came from.
That is a lot of pressure. I mean, maybe some of us can, at least the Indiana crowd, I feel like, with FortCon, Afterburner, those are some high tier. The Works with Cody Schwab coming there.
Oh, yeah. And some of us did a commentary on Cody Schwab's channel, me and Toast.
You gotta watch that back. I'm so curious.
Yeah, I honestly haven't watched it back either. But yeah, shout out to everyone in Fort Wayne. Thank you all for supporting Homie House. And thank you all for watching and subscribing to the Patreon. Like, comment, and subscribe one more time. But peace!
Later.